Welcome to the Chad and Chong podcast, where we talk about performance, production, and everything in between. I'm Chad.
And I'm Chong.
And if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, like, and leave us a comment. And today is our series finale.
Yay!
Woohoo! You know that little sound effect?
Yeah. I'll add that. Yeah, I'll find it somewhere.
All right. But don't add this. Right?
Right.
Okay. Cool. Wow. So we made it to the end of our first season. Thank you so much if you've been with us since day one, which was like 3 months ago. We've truly enjoyed making each one of these episodes, and we hope that you've enjoyed all of the content that we've made so far. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. We hope that you guys have been enjoying what you've been listening to and watching to. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please help us out. Rate us 5 stars. If you have a little bit of time, leave us a comment in there and leave us a little review. It really does help us with the algorithm. And it just helps to just put us out there even more. And we want to just continue making more of these because we love doing these, and we love sharing whatever knowledge we have with you guys, our viewers.
You know, up to this point, we've been just mostly talking about music, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what we do for a living. We share our firsthand experiences, you know, everything we've, you know, have accomplished or things that we're aspiring to do still as musicians and creatives, you know, but as Chad and Chong Productions, I guess, grows, we're going to definitely begin to branch out and do different things. Some things you can expect coming up in this season 2. We're going to have a lot of special guests, personal friends of ours that, you know, are in the music industry, and hopefully will provide you with some knowledge that you might be needing, you know, in your own career, some personal insight. I'm looking forward to that, man. I think, you know, we're going to have to change the setup a little bit, but for the most part, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to in season 2?
Yeah, I'm just so excited to share just even more and to bring you along with our journey. Like Chong said, you know, we listen to a lot of podcasts, and we watch a lot of YouTube and look up to a lot of musicians who we aspire to be, and you know, and basically get our mentorship from them indirectly. And you know, we talked about when we started this how, you know, maybe there was a little bit of imposter syndrome because we're not at the top of our game. We don't have Grammys or plaques or anything like that. But I think what makes it really cool is that, you know, we're just literally on this journey and we're right in the middle of it. And so you get to just see the ups and downs, the highs and the lows, you know, the opportunities come and go. And so you're really right along on the journey with us, and hopefully our persistence and perseverance and our faith in God ultimately, you know, will lead us to, you know, the dreams and the goals that we strived for. And, you know, we just want to just share where we're at really in life right now, and that makes it a cool perspective of where we're at. So, you know, moving forward into season 2, we definitely want to showcase a lot of our friends, like Chong said, musicians and artists and things like that. You know, with our little platform here, we want to also use it to elevate others, you know, and you've heard us mention this a lot of time. Music is a collaboration, you know, and music is a celebration, regardless of what you may have heard in the past or whatever. It's really not a competition. You know, we do music because it's an overflow of our love and our passion for what music makes us feel and makes us want to do. And so that's really something I'm really looking forward to, is just being able to collaborate more with other friends and musicians. And if you are one of those who's one of our listeners, please hit us up. You know, we would love to get to know you. You know, we're very super approachable. Hit us up on Instagram or on YouTube,
WhatsApp,
or email. WhatsApp. I think we have websites, right?
Yeah, we have. I need to update mine actually.
I need to update mine too. That's something we got to do in 2023.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to in season 2.
He kind of took the words out of my mouth, but I was going to offer, you know, we haven't done it yet, but we were definitely going to offer our services as well. You know, if you don't already know by now, I play drums. Chad is one of my favorite engineers to work with. Also because...
Am I like your only engineer?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I might have one more person, but he's out in Orange County, you know, and so I guess that's closer to me too, man. What am I doing all the way over here?
There's a lot of good food out here, that's why.
After this, we're going to go get some food again. No, but yeah, we want to offer our services to you guys. We're always disclosing things that we pick up at, as musicians, as producers, as creatives. And like we share that with you guys as listeners and viewers because we want you guys to know, like, hey, whatever opportunities we're getting, we're sharing it with you guys to let you know it's possible. If you strive for excellence, you practice, you're dedicated, hey, man, God's going to bless you. God's going to open those doors for you. It's just a matter of when. And so we're excited for season 2. Again, we've been talking about, our friends are like, when are you guys coming out with a song? When are you guys coming out with some artwork? That's all coming. Season 2 is definitely going to be something that, I think will be very enjoyable for you guys. And if you only listen to the podcast, Chad and Chong on Spotify or, Apple Podcasts, whatever platform, you might want to start watching on YouTube because there's going to be some cool stuff, with artists we're going to collaborate with, friends of ours, some more content that's not just podcast related is going to be coming out. So we're very, very much looking forward to that.
Yeah. And to piggyback off of that, I know a lot of you guys have reached out and, again, like when is the theme song coming? When's the artwork coming? To be super real with you and just so you guys can understand, we're both full-time freelancer musicians, engineers, producer. And so that means that we actually work for a lot of clients and we collaborate and our schedules are actually really, really busy. But, again, this showcases the importance of make sure that you also have a little bit of time to do what you love to do. And so, me and Chong have been friends for a good amount of years now, and we've been talking about a podcast for a good amount of time. And, we said with whatever little time we have, let's just try to create something and let's just try to create it consistently. And that's why we started this. And that's why we don't have, the website, the artwork, all of that. We don't have the full, branding and marketing strategy yet. However, we did feel like we had enough time to put out and just share whatever we're going through right now.
Yeah.
And that's really the most important thing. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. Your studio is never going to be perfect. Your song is never going to be perfect. But I think as musicians and as creatives, the ability to just express ourselves and what we enjoy doing is really more important because as a lot of you have reached out to us, you guys have thanked us and just have mentioned how helpful, this podcast has been in your own journey. I know in particular, somebody says, hey, this is the highlight of my Fridays. And I look out every Friday for the new release. And so, in just the 12 weeks that we've been doing this, we've had, I think we've had a little bit of an impact already on people. And so, we just want to share that the most important thing is just being able to just produce your art or just release your art in the real world so that others can enjoy it, where it's at. Art's not about perfection. It's about expression. And so that's what we're doing with this podcast.
When Chad presented the idea of the podcast, I told him, Chad, let's just go for it. We don't have a website. We don't have artwork. We don't have a theme song, but let's just release it because we know ourselves. We know that we can also procrastinate, and so if we say we'll get to it, we'll never get to it. So I remember when I think I shared this in maybe one of the first, either the first or second episode of the Chad and Chong podcast, where now we're starting my podcast show a couple years ago. I purposely put out a date on Instagram, my social media platforms, and I said, first episode with Abraham Laborio is coming out on Friday. Nothing was ready. Okay, I didn't know how to use Final Cut. I didn't have anybody to edit my audio. I just said somehow, some way, I'm gonna release this first episode because if I don't tell people now, and if I don't put that obligation to do it, that other people are expecting something from me, then I probably won't do it. And so I said, let's just go for it and we'll get to the things that we need to get to once we get there, and I mean, we're 12 episodes in, but again, Chad sharing, we both do music full time. And we try to really align our schedules, whenever, as best as we can, so that we can release the content in time for you guys to watch and to listen to. And so when we get feedback, good or bad, we do listen. We've even made some adjustments. You guys, it's the minute details that you won't be able to tell. Maybe if you listen to podcasts regularly, but it's small little details that we received from, friends of ours that we received their constructive criticism. Like, you guys could do this better and change this, change that. And we're trying to adhere to those, those critiques. So that way it's a better experience for you guys, the listeners and the viewers. So just, know that we do read what you guys write us. We do hear what you guys are telling us. And if it's something good, we'll definitely make the change, you know. But season 2, telling you guys, it's going to be really good.
And again, like we want to thank everybody who's been tuning in, and everybody who's followed us on our social. Just a couple of ways that you guys can support us. That's absolutely free. If you have an Instagram account, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, Chad and Chong. The letters AND, Chad and Chong. Like our posts, reshare something if you like on one of our reels or something. It really helps the algorithm, and it really helps us to grow and reach a bigger audience. If you're listening on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, you can rate us, you can leave us a review. If you actually type out a review, even if it's just like 3 words or something, it really helps us to climb the ranks.
Yeah.
And if you're on YouTube, just hitting the like button, the little thumbs up button, commenting just something. Maybe there's something on the episode that you could resonate with, or something that you had a question about. Leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe. Those are some ways that are just absolutely free that you could help us. Share our content with your friends. It really helps us a lot, and your support allows us to do more of this. And like Chong said, like season 2 is gonna be really crazy. And right now, like this is all self-supported.
Yeah.
Like we don't get any funding from anyone.
Right.
We don't have any sponsorships, which, by the way, if you like these microphones, this, thank you to Mark Bilderbach,
Yes.
MXL mics. This microphone is a really inexpensive microphone. I mean, it's under $100. You could literally start your own podcast with not a lot of money. You could use your iPhone and whatnot. But yeah, thank you to MXL for helping us with these microphones. But yeah, this is just fully just something that we love to do, and we just do it out of love in our hearts. And so thank you so much for your support, and please continue to support us.
And by the way, before I forget to mention this, on Instagram, if you do happen to repost our stories or our posts, make sure that you also tag the Chad and Chong Instagram, because it'll show that the story was shared or the post was shared, but it won't say by who. So if you do like something or end up sharing it for your following, just make sure you tag Chad and Chong, so that way we can be sure to repost that, and that keeps us engaged as well on our social media platform. But we thank you guys again. Season 2 is going to be amazing. When is season 2 coming out, Chad?
It's coming out real soon. Coming out real soon.
Look forward to that, because it's going to be dope.
Yeah. So make sure you're on top of it. Again, follow us on Instagram. Our TikTok is going to be ramping up. Again, YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That's one of the best ways that, it'll let you know when a new video or new content is coming up. And again, there's going to be more than just podcasts coming out. So you definitely want to stick around. There might even be some secret performances coming up. I don't know. Season 2 is going to be crazy. So stay tuned. And music is coming out.